Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Uh-huh.
You guys gave us a pretty interesting list this time, a crowdsourced top 10 most successful people from the Top 10's website.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that one.
It's from a public poll, so you know how these things go. Lots of different opinions.
Yeah, some of the comments on that list were pretty passionate, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I think what's really interesting about this list is how much it says about like how we define success.
Right, because what does it even mean to be successful?
Exactly.
Like, are we talking about money? Are we talking about impact? Are we talking about, like,
Influence
yeah.
or something else entirely. Right.
Right.
So,
It's subjective.
yeah, it's super subjective.
Uh-huh.
And just like glancing at the list, it's like tech giants, pop icons, even a pope.
Wow.
It's like
That's a wide range.
it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just jump right in. At the
Yeah.
very top, we've got some of those names that like always seem to come up in these
Well, the
conversations.
usual suspects.
Yeah. Like the usual suspects, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you kind of know those names are going to be there.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how each of them represents a different path to like global impact, you know? Like Gates, for example, with Microsoft, it wasn't just about building a software empire. It was about like this vision he had of personal computers being like on every desk in every home.
Yeah.
And he didn't just like build the software, you know, he formed these strategic partnerships and even like his philanthropy, like the Gates Foundation, like that all played a role in making that vision a reality.
Right. It's so much more than just being the richest man alive, which he often is.
Yeah.
And then you've got Jobs. He was like the design guy, the visionary behind Apple's sleek design and user-friendly tech.
Mm.
But I think like even beyond the products themselves, his real genius was understanding like how technology could become almost an extension of ourselves.
Right.
Like how it could be this integral part of how we communicate, how we create, and just how we experience the world.
Absolutely. And then you have Michael Jackson, the king of pop. His music transcended cultural barriers in a way that like few artists ever have.
Yeah. I mean,
And think about his music videos too.
oh yeah.
They weren't just promotional tools, they were like these mini movies pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling in music.
Totally.
So was he a musical genius? A master marketer? Maybe both.
Right.
Like, how do you even categorize him?
I know. And what's really cool is that this list isn't just about like billionaires and entrepreneurs.
Right.
Like we've got Albert Einstein on here, whose theories like literally changed our understanding of the universe.
Yeah, Einstein's impact is hard to overstate.
It really is.
Like, think about his theory of relativity, for example. That wasn't just some, like, abstract concept that's, like, the foundation for things like GPS technology that we use every day.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You're using your phone to get around town, and it's all based on this, like, complex science that he, like, figured out.
It's mind-blowing. He like reshaped how we view space and time.
Totally.
And then there's Walt Disney, who built this whole entertainment empire from animation to theme parks.
Yeah, Disney's success is like a testament to the power of storytelling and imagination.
For sure.
He tapped into something universal, you know, creating worlds and characters that resonate across generations.
Totally.
But what's interesting is how he was also a master of innovation, like always pushing the boundaries of animation and finding new ways to immerse audiences in his creations.
Yeah, I mean, Disneyland wasn't just an amusement park. It was like this whole new way to experience stories and fantasies.
Yeah.
And speaking of leaving a lasting impact,
Uh-huh.
we can't forget Nelson Mandela on this list.
Right.
A symbol of the fight against apartheid, a champion for social justice. His story is just so powerful.
I think Mandela's inclusion really makes you think about like the price of success. You know,
Yeah.
he spent 27 years in prison for his beliefs. Like,
Right.
was that sacrifice essential to his achievements? Did it give him the moral authority and the global platform he needed to dismantle apartheid? It's a really complex question.
Yeah, it really challenges the idea of success being purely about personal gain, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
What do you think, listener? Does Mandela's story change your perspective on what it means to make a difference?
Yeah, it definitely adds another dimension to the conversation.
For sure.
And it's a great segue into the world of storytelling
Wow.
because next on the list we have J.R.R. Tolkien and J.K. Rowling,
Oh, yeah.
both authors who built these incredibly detailed fantasy worlds.
And worlds that have captivated millions of people. I mean, Tolkien's Lord of the Rings saga is like this epic tale of good versus evil that's inspired countless interpretations and adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Rowling's Harry Potter series with its magical world and relatable characters. It's become this global phenomenon
Yeah.
that resonates with like both children and adults.
It's amazing how both Tolkien and Rowling create a grid so immersive that they've sparked entire fan communities, you know?
Like debates and even academic studies.
It's crazy.
I mean, think about the languages Tolkien invented for his elves and dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
Or the complex moral dilemmas that Rowling explores in her books.
It really makes you wonder, is success measured by like the depth of the world you create,
Right.
the passion that it ignites in others?
Mm-hmm.
And how does the impact of fantasy like that compare to real-world achievements?
Right. It's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And as we go through this list, we're going to see even more diverse examples of success.
Yeah.
Each one kind of challenging our preconceived notions of what it means to achieve something truly meaningful.
Yeah. Well, hold on to your hats because this list just keeps getting more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking music legends, a pope, and even a surprising Hollywood icon. We're going to uncover some fascinating stories and perspectives on success in this deep dive.
I can't wait.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're moving into this contenders section of the list. And it's like this whirlwind tour of achievement.
Yeah.
Across like so many different fields.
Uh-huh.
So first up, we've got Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense.
Yeah. Hitchcock's impact on filmmaking is undeniable. Like,
Yeah.
he understood the power of visual storytelling, using techniques like point of view shots and like that really carefully crafted sound design to like draw the audience into this world of psychological thriller.
Right.
Think about the shower scene in Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, that's like a masterclass in suspense.
That scene is still so effective even decades later. It's crazy.
Right.
And then we jump from like filmmaking to religion.
Wow. Yeah, big jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump. We've got Jesus Christ to Muhammad on here.
Okay.
Spiritual leaders whose teachings have shaped like billions of lives.
Their inclusion raises a really interesting question, though.
What's that?
How do we measure the success of spiritual leaders?
Yeah.
Like, is it about the number of followers? Is it about the longevity of their teachings? Or is it about, like, the impact on human values and morality?
Right. It's a really complex thing to think about.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about how differently success can manifest throughout history.
Uh-huh.
And then from religion, we go to entertainment with Charlie Chaplin,
Oh, yeah.
the silent film comedian who brought laughter to a global audience.
Chaplin's success is really a testament to the power of physical comedy, you know?
Yeah.
Which transcends language barriers.
Totally.
He created this character, the tramp, who was both funny and endearing,
Uh-huh.
like a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity.
It's amazing how he could convey so much emotion without even speaking.
Right.
Okay, and then of course we have some giants of the business world.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about money.
We've got John D. Rockefeller, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Elon Musk.
That's a lot of wealth in one sentence.
I know, right? So Rockefeller, his story is like a classic rags to riches tale,
Mm-hmm.
but it also raises some questions
Like what?
about the ethics of monopolies and the impact of like concentrated wealth.
Uh-huh.
He built this massive oil empire, Standard Oil,
Yeah.
which actually led to antitrust laws being enacted.
It's a reminder that success can have, like, complex consequences.
Yeah, for
for
sure.
even immense success.
For sure. Okay, and then speaking of modern-day business titans,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Jeff Bezos, who revolutionized online shopping with Amazon.
I mean, Bezos really changed the game.
Mhm.
His vision was to create, like, an everything store.
Yeah.
And his focus on customer experience and innovation has, like, transformed the way we shop.
Yeah, it really has.
Hmm.
But his success has also sparked debate about labor practices
Mm-hmm.
and the impact of e-commerce on traditional retail.
Right. Because it's put a lot of people out of business.
Yeah, it's another example of how success can be a double-edged sword.
Definitely.
Okay, so then there's Warren Buffett, known for his wisdom and his long-term investment strategies.
Yeah, Buffett's success comes from his discipline, you know,
Uh-huh.
his ability to identify undervalued companies, and his patience.
Patience is key.
Yeah, he's like the tortoise in the race.
I like this.
Slow and steady wins the race.
It's a good counterpoint to that move fast and break things mentality that we often hear about.
Especially in the tech world.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and speaking of tech, we can't forget Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's pushing boundaries in every direction.
It seems like it, from electric vehicles with Tesla to space exploration with SpaceX.
Yeah, Musk's ambition is like off the charts. He's always pushing the limits of technology
Oh, yeah.
and challenging conventional thinking. But his bold ventures also come with risks and setbacks.
Yeah, he's definitely had his share of failures along the way.
It's like a fascinating case study in like the potential and the pitfalls of aiming for the stars.
For sure. Okay, but we're not just talking business and tech here.
Okay.
We've got some music legends in the mix, too.
Oh, cool.
We've got Eminem and Jimi Hendrix.
All right, let's hear it.
So Eminem, his lyrical prowess and his raw storytelling have made him one of the most influential rappers of all time. He's not afraid to tackle controversial topics.
Yeah, which has earned him some criticism.
Yeah, it's definitely attracted and alienated fans over the years.
Right.
But his impact on hip-hop is undeniable.
Absolutely.
It's interesting how his success is like intertwined with controversy and pushing boundaries.
Yeah, he's not afraid to be provocative.
Exactly. And then you have Jimi Hendrix, the legendary guitarist, whose experimental approach
Yeah.
and just electrifying stage presence like redefined rock music.
Hendrix was a true innovator, pushing the boundaries of the electric guitar.
Totally.
And incorporating elements of blues and jazz and even Eastern music into his playing.
It's crazy how much he accomplished in such a short period of time.
Yeah, he died young, but his influence on generations of musicians is like undeniable.
It's almost like a rock and roll tragedy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But his legacy continues to inspire.
for sure. Okay, so moving on from music.
Let's talk sports.
Okay,
We've got Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan.
two icons.
Yeah, both iconic figures who transcended their athletic achievements.
Yeah, Ali was more than just a boxer. He was a vocal advocate for social justice.
Right.
He refused to be silenced even when it cost him his title and his freedom.
That's powerful.
He was a true champion both inside and outside the ring.
Yeah. His courage and conviction are truly inspiring.
Okay. And then you have Michael Jordan,
Oh, yeah.
considered by many to be the greatest basketball player of all time.
He's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, his athleticism, his competitiveness, and his dedication to the game made him a global icon. And he was also a marketing phenomenon. Like, his image and his brand became synonymous with excellence.
Right.
Like the Jumpman logo, everyone knows that.
It's everywhere.
It's interesting how both Ali and Jordan use their platforms to speak out on social issues and advocate for change.
Yeah, even if they did it in very different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then we have two incredibly powerful women on this list.
Okay, let's hear it.
Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey.
Two very different but very successful women.
Right, so Beyonce, she's more than just a pop star.
Uh-huh.
She's a cultural icon, a businesswoman, and a role model for young women around the world.
Yeah, her music and performances are visually stunning. And she's known for her incredible work ethic and attention to detail.
Yeah, she's definitely built an empire.
Yeah.
And she seems to be in complete control of her own image and message.
Totally.
And then you have Oprah Winfrey, who built a media empire from her talk show, connecting with people from all walks of life
Right.
and using her platform to promote positive change.
Yeah, Oprah's success is really a testament to the power of empathy and authenticity. You know,
Yes.
like she's not afraid to be vulnerable, and she's created this space where people feel safe to share their stories and connect with one another.
Yeah, she's definitely a master communicator, and she's used her influence to promote education, literacy, and personal empowerment.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah, we have.
But before we wrap up, there's one more section we need to talk about.
Oh, right, the newcomers.
Yeah, this section is really interesting because it captures like the evolving nature of success in real time.
Yeah, okay.
It's a snapshot of who's on the rise and whose impact is still being debated.
Right, and one name that jumps out at me is Kris Jenner.
Oh yeah, the matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner clan.
Yeah, her inclusion really raises questions about the nature of celebrity and the power of social media in the 21st century.
Right, because she's built a remarkable business empire leveraging reality TV, social media, and branding.
Yeah, she really has.
But is that the same kind of success as someone who cures a disease or writes a groundbreaking novel?
Right, it's a question that sparks a lot of debate.
Yeah, it definitely challenges traditional notions of success. Like, it makes you wonder if fame and influence are becoming increasingly intertwined with the idea of achievement.
It's a fascinating point.
Yeah, and it's something we're going to need to unpack as we continue to explore this list
Right.
and try to figure out, like, what truly defines a successful life.
This newcomers section really makes you think, huh.
It's like a whole different way of looking at success.
Yeah, you've got someone like Kris Jenner, who's built a fortune, and influence popular culture
Right.
through like reality TV and social media and branding.
Yeah, she's a master of self-promotion.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it does raise the question,
Uh-huh.
is success now more about visibility
Right.
than like actual concrete achievement?
Yeah. Has the digital age blurred the lines between fame and lasting impact?
It's a good question. And speaking of unexpected paths to success,
Okay.
there's another newcomer on the list who's really interesting.
Is that?
Hedy Lamarr,
Oh, wow. Yeah, Hedy Lamarr.
known as like the most beautiful woman in films.
Right. A classic Hollywood icon.
But behind that glamour was a brilliant mind.
She was a scientist, too.
Yeah, during World War II, she co-invented this frequency hopping technology
Wow.
that paved the way for like modern Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
I had no idea.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Someone known for their beauty also having this huge impact on technology.
It makes you wonder how many other brilliant minds have been overlooked
Right.
just because they didn't fit the mold of what a successful person should be.
It's a good point. So as we wrap up this deep dive
Mm-hmm.
into the top 10s list of most successful people,
Mm-hmm.
it's clear that there's no one answer to the question of like
Right.
what it means to truly achieve success.
We've seen examples of success in like every field imaginable.
Yeah, from science and technology to art and entertainment.
From business and politics to social activism and spirituality.
It's all over the place.
It really is. And each person on this list,
Hmm.
in their own way, has left a mark on the world.
And I think what's really fascinating is how this list
Yeah.
acts as a mirror,
Okay.
reflecting our own values and aspirations.
Right. Like, what did you find yourself drawn to on this list?
Exactly. Was it the groundbreaking innovations of a Bill Gates or a Steve Jobs?
Or the artistic brilliance of a Michael Jackson or a Beyonce?
Right. Or the unwavering courage of a Nelson Mandela?
Maybe the quiet genius of a Hedy Lamarr.
So many different paths to success.
And so many different ways to define it.
This deep dive wasn't just about exploring the achievements of others. It was about like sparking a conversation,
Right.
encouraging you to think about your own definition of success.
What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
What legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Because ultimately, success isn't about external validation
Right.
or reaching some predetermined destination.
It's about living a life that is meaningful to you.
A life that aligns with your values
Uh-huh.
and allows you to make a positive contribution to the world around you.
So as you go about your day, listener,
Yeah.
we leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
What will your unique definition of success inspire you to achieve?